Hi everyone, I'm Silv, and this is a bit weird because I can't get the audio to work on the screen recording, so I'm basically recording my voice on my phone while I'm recording my computer's screen. So there you go. Anyway, I thought I'd talk you guys through a little bit about how I made my own custom sprites for the Tamagotchi Smart. It was last year I discovered that you could make your own sprites for it, and I thought, oh hey, I'm going to give that a go. It took a while though, because unfortunately a lot of the websites, and there isn't much really that's kind of like there's no like sort of real step-by-step things on the internet about this. So I made my own card reader. It didn't work. It didn't read the card properly, because a lot of the websites suggested that you make your own card reader. Anyway, I actually found a pre-made one that someone had done, and I bought that, and the person was away over Christmas, so I had to wait till a new year, and that's fair enough, you know. And when I finally received the card reader and writer, I'd lost interest, I'd lost momentum, so that was in January. I finally got back into it in May, and again, so when you're basically making custom sprites or whatever, you need a paint program, you need this thing that you can see before you, which is Smarty Pants. There are other ways you can do it, but Smarty Pants is the easiest way. So yeah, I downloaded Smarty Pants, which is free by the way, and you can there'll be a link for that I'll put in the description of this video, that you can go and download it, and I'll also link you to a pre-made card reader as well that someone else has done that is quite useful. And they also have a manual for that card reader, so that you can see how you extract the file off the card and put it back on again with your custom content on it. So first of all, you extract your file from the card using the card reader, and then you make a backup of it because you don't want to lose it. And then you can open it in Smarty Pants and get the files that you will need to basically write over, which I found was the easiest way to do it. Now, a few things. There are different Tamagotchi Smarts. The Nizu Friends is the one that I used, which apparently, so they say, so people say, is one of the best ones because the card for that is 2 megabytes, and it'll be easy to write your files back onto that card. You can also use Digimon DIM cards. I've not looked into that. I just bought the Nizu Friends Tamagotchi Smart from a Japanese seller on eBay. It was brand new, and the card that came with it was a Nizu Friends card, which you can use to write onto the Tamagotchi again, because they all come with their own little cards for the extra content. And that was the one that I ended up with. So, and the reason I bought that one is because it was that or the One Piece one, and the Nizu Friends was cheaper. So there you go. And it turned out that I bought the correct one. They also have it on Amazon UK as well, but it's more expensive. So when you're doing your Tamagotchi sprites, you come along to Smarty Pants, as you can see here, and the first thing you do is you go to images. Now on images, you've got all the images for the characters. Now, as you can see here is Silv. This is my custom character. Well, one of them, I did 3. So I replaced the little lion character on the card. So let's go down to this little chick here. So what I did was, you see these little buttons at the end. Import sprite sheet, and next to it is export sprite sheet. So what you do is you export each one that you're going to be using to replace. Now, the reason that I did the whole replacing thing is because it gives me an idea of what the character's supposed to look like. I've never done this before, so I really just took these sprite sheets, made layers over them, kind of just used them as a base, deleted the layer that these guys were on, and then, and I don't know if you can see my mouse, by the way, I am moving it around, but I've never used a screen recorder before, so yeah, and I deleted the one that these guys were on. And the reason that you do this is you have something that is the same like proportions. So this is 64 by 64 pixels, each one of these. I think that's how it works, because that's certainly not 64 by 64 because it's a long picture. So you have a file that's basically the same size as the one that you're replacing. You can't do any more than 16 colours on a single image either. So I hope I'm making all of this clear. I feel that I'm kind of rambling a bit. I have done a WordPress post about this, which I'll link in the description, as well as all the different resources for doing your own, and then you can look at that because it's a lot easier. But I wanted to make a visual video as well because I thought it would be quite useful for you guys to see. So I took each of these, and I also took, there's one further down, I think it's further down here, it's right down the very bottom, there it is, the avatars. So each character has 7 little sprite sheets. The avatars are all on a single thing, and if we move back up here, these are all on a single thing as well. So there's one row of bodies without faces except the last 2. There's one row of little expressions for those bodies. There is a couple of close-up images. There are different expressions for those close-up images, and here you've got the far-away images when the character is right in the background of the Tamagotchi in the distance, and the faces are already, you can draw them on. So use these as kind of like a guide. They're all the different ones. You've got cats here, and then scrolling down is another cat and a little sheep and things like that. So once you've done all of that and you've made your own sprites, and like I said, if you use these as a guide, it's quite good, because I didn't know where to start with mine. I had no idea until someone told me about Smarty Pants, and it's really the easiest way to do it because you can export each of these and just kind of use them as a guide for your own while keeping the size of the image the same. So I've got silv here with all her little expressions separate from the faces. There are the close-ups as well. Moving down here, I've got Loz, this little purple character here, which is another of my characters. And then right down here I've got Sprocket and all of his expressions and things. And I have tested all of these, and I will show you them later on in the video as well. And of course, don't forget to do your avatars as well. So that's at the very bottom of all of this. So these are the characters, are the ones that are included on the Nizu card. I just chose some to overwrite. You also have a happy and a sad sort of thing here. You'll need to replace them as well. I do say it kind of clearer on the WordPress thing that I've done for it. So that's another one. So like I said, it's a total of 7 images per character, and these will always be on the same picture, the same image. And then if you wish to, so if you want your teenage Tamagotchi to turn into the character that you want out of these, you need to feed it special food or play with a particular toy. And these are the foods here, and the 3 that I replaced, their favourite foods were all snacks. So the easiest way to do this is to just use their foods and then write over them with your own sprites. So Loz's favourite is ice cream, Sprocket's is the donut, and the little chicken leg is silv's. And those are the ones that I did. And you can see the foods show, there's 3 images, and they show the process of the food disappearing, like being eaten because the Tamagotchi is eating it. Another thing I did was I replaced a few things on the Smart with stuff that I found, like from the Sprite resource. Again, I'll link it in the description. And so I've got a Molcar clock because I just like them because they're guinea pigs. So I replaced one of the clocks with that. I replaced another clock with this little image here with the Molcars kind of driving along a road. And then the other ones I did, and they're not actually among these, I don't think, unless they're at the top. Yeah, there we go. So the background, you can draw your own background. Remember, it can't be more than 16 different colours, but you can draw your own background as well. And so I kept one Nizu background, which is the second one, the pink one, and the others were all from different Tamagotchis. So the one with the unicorn I just thought was cute for like a nursery, you know, when the Tamagotchi's younger. The sunset one was good for Sprocket, and the kind of neon type electronic futuristic thing at the bottom was probably good for silv, although she does kind of blend in with it a little bit. And then the pink one would be for Loz because she'd show up nicely against it. So once you've imported your sprites, after you've, you know, done all the editing and stuff, You then go to this one here, it's called frames. And with the frames, you make sure that your sprites all look correct. So that in the frames, it will show you the sprites with the faces on them. So those little faces that you did that weren't actually on the pictures, this will show you what they look like. And you can see here the characters are demonstrated holding a microphone, which is just holding an item as well. And it's got a load of things here, that there's, you know, numbers and where the face is and things like that. And I didn't fiddle with any of that, I just left it. So here are all the little silv ones. Scrolling down here. There was quite a few of them. And then the teeny tiny ones, of course, they already had the faces on them. Because, you know, you just draw them with the faces on because they're so small. Here are the big close-up ones. They look much better with eyes and a nose and a mouth. And then going further down, you can just see more of them. And it's the same for all the characters. So here's Loz's ones. And this is a good way to just check if they all look correct and the faces are in the right place. And they, you know, they look okay. One little thing, and I don't know whether this is like a normal thing, but one little thing that it did was when I first put my sprites onto Smarty Pants, you know, where they're supposed to be, they did show on these frames, they did show the original sprites underneath them for some reason. So I saved the file, I closed the program, I opened it back up, opened the file back up, and they'd gone. So it was just a little glitch. But I'm just pointing this out to you because I started to panic and I was saying on the Tamagotchi Discord, oh no, it's going wrong, oh no. So yeah, it's fine. It was fine. And the other thing that I had, which I didn't point out in the WordPress thing, Sprocket here, his eyes and mouth, his little facial features, they were too high up his head. So if you find that your character's face is slightly misplaced, all you need to do is open up the file, the PNG file that you have the little facial features in, for whichever ones you want to modify, and just move them up very slightly. So I highlighted the layer with Photoshop, and I just moved them, I moved these ones down because his chin looked massive and his face was way too high up nearer his hair. So I thought it just looked terrible. So I just kind of moved them about a bit. I'm quite happy with the side view ones. And these ones, I'm happy with these as well. He's very cute and he's got chubby cheeks. Like a child version of himself. So, having done all of this, and you're happy with it, and you've replaced all your bits and pieces and stuff, go up to config at the top, and make sure the card size is 2 megabytes. The other thing that you do is you go onto characters, and you can click the edit button at the end, and change the gender and the name of your characters, because otherwise you're going to end up with, I don't know, Silv being a boy, for example, and Sprocket being a girl. All of the Nizu characters are female, all of them. And I had to change Sprocket's gender. But make sure you give them their names as well, because it just looks better. I did English patch my Tamagotchi before I did all this as well. I don't know if it actually, I think I say this in one of the videos that I did, I think it was Loz's video, that's coming up in this. I do say in that clip, because I filmed all of that before this. Yeah, I'm not sure whether it translates the cards, but it certainly translates the Tamagotchi, and you can get a full English patch now. They've done a full English translation for it. So once all that's done and you're happy with it all you have to do is press save, and it will save it to be a bin file. And then you just put the bin file, write it onto the Nizu card using the card reader / writer. And then you can pop that Nizu card in your Tamagotchi, or whichever card you've chosen in the Tamagotchi, and you can get all your characters. And they should all show up okay. It was a bit nerve-wracking waiting for each one to kind of evolve, because you've got to wait for the correct gender of egg to be hatched and things like that. But as you can see, I've got all of mine, and I'll show you them now. So this is Sprocket, and I'll show you a few of his little animations. So this is his normal animation. He's happy because I've just been caring for him really well. So I'll pick up his poop. He's very happy about that. And other things you can do, if you tap the same one again, there's toilet, but there's also shower, so let's give him a shower. You saw his walking animation there. Now he's happy, he's all nice and clean. We'll feed him. See what snacks we've got. His favourite snack is the donut. This one I drew myself, so you get to see him eat it. See how happy he is? And then give him a little meal. So the adult Tamagotchis don't like the rice ball anymore. They like you to feed something more interesting. I did not design this one, but he loves it anyway. I think it's an omelette. If you swipe this way, he goes outside. It's raining. So that's his porch there. He swipes the other way, he goes back inside. I say inside, the background's also a custom one. It's from one of the other Tamagotchis, but I decided that I'd use it here because I like it. And if you go this way, there's the little watch face. Again, this is from another Tamagotchi. It's from the Poo Poo Morcom Tamagotchis. But I like it because it's got a guinea pig on, so that's why I decided to use it here. And then if you tap and hold, he comes up to you. So he'll hear you if you speak to him. You can listen to what he has to say, or there's a mood one, so he'll show you what mood he's in. He's really happy. You'll see a few more of his animations there. See what sometimes it's in Japanese. I love when you tucked me in last night. So when it's time for him to go to sleep, he likes you to stroke his head to help him go to sleep, even as an adult on the Tamagotchi Smart. And my favourite part of it is you can pet him. That's the animation for it. We'll come away from that one. Anyway, if you want to find out, there's fluff on the screen. Status. So he could do a little bit more feeding, and he needs to be a bit happier as well. One of the things that you can do, which is something, because they don't like eating the default food once they're adults, is you have to order in food. So let's order some food for him. This is free. He likes the noodles. Get him another omelette. And some cake. And now he should be full. There we go. And actually, if you scroll up here, Sprocket, age 4. I put his name in when I was writing the code. Notebook is just, I think it's Tamagotchis that you've had in the past. I've had Mamechi. And that's it. because I've only had one in the past. Tama icons, I think you earn these through like caring for them. I don't have any yet. Because the Memechi that I had, I quickly got rid of because I wanted one of my own characters. So that's Sprocket. So here is my second custom Tamagotchi character. This is Silv, who a few of you will probably recognise as I use her, well, around the internet and things like that, and certainly on my YouTube channel. So let's clean up her poop. Again, the background is from one of the other Tamagotchis. So it's custom, but it's not like I didn't draw it myself, because by that point I was so tired of doing all these sprites and everything. It kind of took a lot. So let's see. So for Silv, her favourite snack, the thing that turns it into Silv, is, it's actually not there because I've run out of them. Well, never mind. Let's feed her something nice to eat. I will show you her favourite snack in a minute. Let's give her some cake. Because everyone loves cake, right? Okay, so she's had something to eat. Let's go and buy some of our favourite snacks. And we'll buy 3 of them, just because. Snacks in Tamagotchi, sometimes if it's got like a weight thing, it will gain weight. With the Tamagotchi Smart, snacks don't gain weight. They just make the Tamagotchi happy. You can only buy 3 at a time. I say buy, these are free. As you can see, you don't have to pay for them because they're custom from the card. It's not just because I've made it. So we will give her a snack. And this is one of the ones that I drew. So this is another snack sprite that I drew. And it's a chicken drumstick. I'll give her another one. So that's her eating animation. I'll show you her walking animation. There she's outside. There she's walking around. She's very cute. She was actually the first of the sprites that I drew. And then it's got to be inside for you to actually summon her. So this is what she looks like close up. And then you can pet her. So you can pet her on the top of the head. Not getting it both sides. There we go. So that's her happy animation on the top of her head. And she makes a different sound if you pet her on the bottom. Not actually on the bottom. I mean, you pet her at the bottom of the screen instead of the top of the the top of the screen. She makes a kind of a blushy face instead. So with these, you can either pet them at the top of the screen or at the bottom of the screen. So pet their face or pet the top of their head. But if you pet them any other way, like zigzag or up and down or whatever, they don't like it and they get angry. I'm just trying to get her fully petted so that it takes a while. It's actually, I think, 16 of those or something ridiculous. So let's listen to what she has to say. It's in Japanese. Sometimes it's in Japanese. It's asking me a question. I don't know what to say because I can't understand. And I don't have my translator. So hopefully I didn't accidentally insult her. Let's try another listen. Here we go. The food you ordered tastes great. Well, that's good. So that's Silv. I'll show you one more thing. shower. I'm going to have to put my hand around the other side, it's easier that way. And the other thing I'm going to show you is what it's like when she plays with something. Let's have her in a band. So they like anything that's from the card they came on. So in this case it's the Nizu things. So there you go, that's silv. So here's the last little sprite character I did. It's my character Lozaroth, or Loz, as she is called on Tamagotchi. So I kept the Nizu background for Loz because I felt the purple of her fur would show up nicely against it. Let's see what she needs. I'll show you a few things with her. So hunger, so she's hungry. Just use one of the default foods. So here she is eating. Give her a snack. This is the ice cream snack that I made myself for her. So this is the one that she requires in order to turn into Loz. You need to feed a female Tamagotchi teenager the ice cream. And weirdly, she prefers to be petted on her head. She seems to get happy faster if you pet her on the head, rather than like on the chin, on, you know, at the bottom of the screen where you pet their face. I just made her angry. I think that's the first time I've actually made one of these guys angry. Of course, I think it goes, if you make them angry, I think it goes back to the beginning of the petting thing and you've got to do it all over again. Anyway, right, we'll leave the petting thing. Yes, I know. Let's take her outside, see if there's anyone there to give her a gift that she'll probably hate. Oh, here we go. I got a gift for you. I hope you like it. Accept gift. What is it? It's a, oh, it's a diamond ring. Very nice. And as usual, it's raining outside because it's rainy season in Japan. So most days it's raining. Let's play with a toy. I found this neat little toy the other day and it's quite cute. It's this one here. This was another gift that was given to one of them. So she really likes this. And there you can see more of her animations as well, which is why I decided to show you her playing with this one. I'll show you another one. And go over the skipping rope. The first lot of toys on the screen are actually from the Nizu card, so she'll automatically love all of them. It's quite easy to give these guys something they enjoy. Oh, she's skipping in the rain. So that was that. And
One thing that you can do with these guys, which I haven't shown you before, is you can make them have a job. So you can take them off to work so they get employed. Welcome to Tama work. Try a part-time job. So this one here is like a dancing one, which came with an Izu card. It's not in English because I English patched the Tama before I put the Nizu card in. Oh, I've left that for too long. So I'm not even sure if the English patch actually works with the cards, or whether it's just to patch the base Tamagotchi. Got to do this a bit quicker. She can be a barista, make coffee for people, that's a little dancing thing, a delivery person, or a pet salon. And I'm going to choose actually the one that came with the Nizu card, which is this, because it's the easiest. So you just have to do this. And it's easy to get that one perfect because it's just, you know, swiping on the screen. So I thought I'd do that as an example of a work. And then you can just go in straight away and do another job. So it's quite easy to earn money. Let's have a little listen to what she has to say. Raz, I love you. Just wanted to tell you. So there you go. So that's the last one of them. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video and the little how to do this with the Tamagotchi. I'm really happy with my sprites. I think they've all turned out really well. And yeah, it was daunting at first, but yeah, I think that it's worked out very well indeed. And it's been an interesting little exercise. And once you know how to do it, it's surprisingly easy. So I'll leave it there. If you want to see more virtual pet videos, you can check the boxes that come up below. There's some down there. If you enjoy what I do, you can always send me a tip on Ko-fi. It all helps. And link for that is in the description. And that's all for now. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep being awesome. This is Silv signing off.